Hi guys, and welcome back for week 9 of Man's Word Podcast, where we keep it real, biblical. And today's topic, which I am extremely excited about, I've been excited about it for like 3 weeks now, and it is about singleness and embracing God's plan for you in your singleness.
Singleness?
Yeah. Oh, and I'm not the only person that's excited about the episode. Now we talk about Rita. Because Rita ain't been single for, I don't even think she can spell single. She been married so long, I don't know. But we got some.
S-I-N-G-L-E single.
I said singleness. Oh, I spell single, whatever. Kudos to her. But we got some church members who are faithful watchers of the podcast. And they be cracking up. And they came to church today and we were sitting down eating and they were talking about, they was making fun of Rita and her sound effects. But she was one of our sisters was telling how excited she is for us to record the single episode and all of that. And so I just want to start off by saying I have been single. It got to be like 8 years. Pretty sure it's been 8 years. It's 2025.
It is.
Then it's not right at all. Yes, it is.
Yes, August 2025.
8 years. I've been single for about 8 years. If we don't include the 2-month relationship that I had, and months, can you really call that a relationship? No. So, in the middle of the, So 8 years of being single. And I tell everybody the same thing, and this is not something I just say, it's something I actually do. In your time of being single, that's the time you should be solely focused on you. Not focused on when the person coming. Not focusing on, I'm going to do this when I get my maybe all this and that. Focus on fixing you. The best time to work on your spiritual journey with God is when you're single. Because if you perfected what you need to perfect on the inside in your single season, when you're dating, it's going to be that much easier to abstain and uphold to what you need to be abstaining and upholding from and not falling into those chokeholds, right? And that's just how I see it. Everybody know I want to be married my entire life. Have kids my entire life, as I always said. But also, not in the time that I was single, I was strictly focused on me. While I'm in a relationship, I got to focus on working on me and putting in work in the relationship. Of course, I want to be married. Of course, that's one of my biggest desires. However, the closer I get to, whenever, I don't know what's going to happen, the closer I get to, the more I'm thinking about, man, that's a lot of work that's going to have to go into it. And just think about Saturday night. Was that Saturday night? Friday night. My mom and my dad went out to eat. Well, they took my dad's younger cousin and her newlywed husband out to eat. And I felt left out because I was like, y'all going out to eat and I'm not invited? That's when I found out what they was taking. And I felt some type of way. And so I said, well, don't worry about it. She told me, I said, you ain't asked me anything.
Did you go?
So Daddy gonna say, well, I was just under the impression. I was under the impression you were going anyway. You always go.
Did you go?
I went. Because and he told me something, because you third. I'm not third wheeling, I'm your child. We are a family unit. Thank you. They were fourth and fifth wheeling. Okay? All right. And we went, and in that process, I don't know what was the purpose of them taking them out to dinner. I don't think it was for
So we told them we would.
Okay, great. Because at one point I said, on the way there, I was just like, dang, am I bombarding on some stuff I ain't supposed to be on? But then also I was in the car. So, free food.
So y'all see why she hung with us.
Yeah.
I can't wait till her other half comes so we can get some free food.
I told her
James
when Jeffrey makes his appearance to the world that we're gonna be paying for their food.
Great.
But I bought her lunch Friday for lunch. Did I not? Okay then. So calm down. You're welcome. Anyway, we went out to eat. This conversation got serious real fast. So I'm talking to my parents who have been married for 75 years. They've been married. How old am I? 30. They've been married for 28 years. Y'all just reached 28, right? Yeah. They've been married for 28 years. And then my cousin and her husband, who, has it been a year?
Not yet.
So, they're newlyweds. And I'm sitting here looking.
Because he just married them this year. Yeah, it hadn't been a year yet.
It hadn't been a year. Yeah. And I'm just looking like, still to this day, like I tell my mom, and I just told my dad last night, I told both of them, they have a problem. Even when we was out Friday night, I know they have a problem with, or it comes off as if they have a problem with the way that I am, the way I present myself, how I am when it comes to dating, all the things, but they made me this way.
I'm glad you say it seems, because there's your perspective of it.
Cause you make these expressions. Like I say certain things, she be like, and then when she go back and think about it, she be like, well, no, because my daughter really did. Because listen, the stuff my mother tolerated, Jasmine Sade would never. The things my daddy did, he made sure he made sure that a dude would never have the opportunity to even try to attempt to run game. Baby, I caught the game for you. That is gonna come out your brain. You gonna get game ran on you before you think you're gonna run on me. And I've had plenty of guys who told me that I was a player. Are you act just like a dude, or she ain't nothing but a player?
Are you a player?
But you remember what I told you?
Yeah.
I said my daddy raised me to be more of a player than in a committed relationship.
But he didn't.
He didn't. It was a joke, because my daddy told me that when I asked could I start dating, I was in high school. He was just like, a boyfriend, you know, at that age ain't nothing but a high school husband. He want to know where you going, who you going with, what you wearing, telling you what you can and cannot do. And last time he checked on one man take care of me, that's him. So that's the no. And that my dad was possessive. My dad was jealous. My dad is crazy. I don't do that behavior. I'm not possessive, jealous, or crazy, and I don't entertain guys who are. And I let them know from the jump, I'm a guy's girl. I have more guy friends than girlfriends. So I would never let my friend guys, and if you a friend of mine, you would never disrespect my relationship or disrespect me. So what will make you think you gonna control who I can? Because if I had a relationship with this person prior to, I'm gonna have a relationship with this person after you. So don't put yourself in a situation for it to be a spot for it to be after you. Okay? But my mama had more guy friends and still have those friends, right? So with me, my mentality is different, because I got it from growing up early. I got it from the part of my daddy that was before Christ, the player, which my mom said he wasn't a player, because the players don't get caught.
Players don't get caught.
And she done caught him multiple times.
Players don't get caught. Listen to me, young men.
And the way I play the game.
And young women. Players do not get caught.
The way I play the game, my dad would be impressed. He be like, how she juggling all this? Because I tell you from the front, you are not the only one on the roster, baby. You play with them, tell you what number you are on the roster, okay? When I had a roster. But I got the idea, my idea of dating and what I want in a man and what I want a marriage to look like. I got that from what my dad used to be to what he became. And what how my mom was to what she became, and their marriage. So, and like I told the gentleman I was speaking with the other night, I have a great idea of marriages. I had my parents' marriages. I had 3 sets of grandparents who were married. So I saw the pros and the cons of what I like and don't like. And I also know what I desire in a man. And in that time, I'm working on myself. And I told people on my TikTok, I tell people in everyday life, you cannot expect more than what you're willing to give, one. You cannot expect something that you're not willing to meet. And the example I use is, we'll say McDonald's. Look, there's nothing wrong with working at McDonald's, but your job is McDonald's. You don't desire to be more than that. What you desire is somebody that makes 6, 7, 8, 9 figures to come in and take care of you, but you ain't bringing nothing to the table.
Can't do that.
Right? And like I said too, what I look like with all my degrees in education, as my daddy called it, arguing with somebody who didn't graduate from high school. How I'm calling you stupid?
You look like the stupid one.
I'm the stupid one, right? Mm-hmm. So in your singleness, that's when you should be focused on you. Because now I'm focusing on everything I need to work on with me. And a lot of people say, well, if you be single too long, you're not going to know how to be in a relationship. And I made the statement before, dang, I've been single so long, I don't remember being in a relationship. How does it work? I know how to date because I've never stopped dating. I don't entertain it much, but I never stopped. However, I'm working on me in my single season, right? So I see the things in me that I need to work on individually. So when I'm talking to these guys and dating these guys, okay, I'm seeing where I'm willing to compromise, where I'm not. And they still go back to your non-negotiables, your preferences, and your boundaries. That's just what that is. Because you got and the young man said to me, it's some stuff you're just going to have to tolerate. Because love is work. Love, it is.
Well, on that note, and I've said this before on here, I'm sure. And like, well, I agree with in your singleness, that's your time to find you. And those people who are single and who are choosing to walk with God, you can concentrate and focus on him. Because if you're in a relationship, you focusing on that. So that is a great thing, you know, while you are single, work on you, clean your house, know where you are spiritually. Therefore, when he sends someone your way, hey, you can't be shook off or knocked off or bumped off or anything else you want to call it. And what I was going to reply to about, he said hard work. What was it you said I was going to reply to? Being single, what is it? A relationship is hard work. What was it?
Yeah. You have to put in the work, dealing with knowing what you're gonna deal with in a relationship, what you're not. True. I'm strict though. It's very strict over here.
And that is true, you know. And a very young couple. Too bad they ain't still married today. I guess in the end they couldn't deal with it. And I remember she was like, she was gonna get married, and someone asked her, "Well, why are you marrying him?" And she said she looked at the thing that she disliked about him most. And she asked herself, could she deal with the rest of her life?
That's a beautiful question. That's a beautiful exercise to do.
And she said the answer was yes. And he said yes. And years later, maybe 10, 15 years later, I saw her. And I'm like, I asked how she was doing, and I told her that statement that we was talking about in cosmetology school, and she was telling people. I said, and I tell younger people that. She say, well, we ain't still married. I'm like, what? So now, but we didn't go into detail, so I don't know, was it that thing that she thought or just something else? But that is something that, to me, that's a good question. Whatever it is, because all of us got something about, this is my opinion, it may not be true. A person has something about themselves, you know, their spouses or whoever they dating, that they don't like. Well, can you deal with it the rest of your life? Is it that bad? Will you love them enough to look over that? You know, and that's a...
Now, that's something I can say. I have been, I'll say probably in the last 2 or 3 years, I have been looking at, because I spend a lot of time with my parents, right? You would think we live together.
Judging her parents?
No, not judging y'all. Figuring out, it's not me judging y'all, it's me comparing my desire of marriage to
what you see.
Yeah, what you see, what I see, what y'all have, and the amount of years and time you put in. Because I know where you came from. I know a good bit of the stories. I know enough to know who y'all were in the past. Because I had that type of relationship with my parents. And, because, what was it? I think that was Ronald who told me that your parents gonna tell you everything. Baby, mine do. It's very little my parents haven't told me.
Well, I would James be like, they don't even know that. But if we're talking, if it come up.
And my dad is honest about, like, it's some stuff, my dad like he's so hard. It's some stuff he just weak when it comes to talking about. He just can't do it. Somebody get hurt or broke. Now, he'll watch all these gory TV shows and fighting movies and all this stuff. But it's something, oh, God, no, okay, that's not. I'm
like, what?
Baby, if the baby poop up his back, he done. And I'm just like, you 6'1", 200 plus pounds, and you just cream puff. But it's, and I would come, especially in college, I come to my dad talking about the dude, baby. My dad don't hesitate. He said that he listen, then he get into it. Even still now, like I tell everybody, my family, it ain't just my parents, they'll know if I'm conversing with a guy. And they know to the extent of it, but I don't have the type of family that if I follow what got this, that, and third, they gonna hold it against them, or they gonna act some type of way when they get around. And you will never know I've ever discussed you with my parents or anybody else in my family. It's just, I'm grateful to be blessed that way with my people. But with looking at my parents, like, and Monk tell you all the time, we make comments. Last Friday night, we was getting out, we pulled back up to the building because I left my car at the building. We pulled back up to, and I was finna get out. I was on the phone with the young man. I'm in the back seat. I'm finna get out the car. So I don't know what I was saying. And the next thing I hear is Rita yell, "Get out of my car!" And I said, "Excuse me." No, she said something. No, Daddy was finna get, that's what happened. Daddy was about, he put the car in park. He's finna get out the car. And so, she gonna say, "No, James, where you going?" Because he's finna get in the other church. He's gonna let her drive herself home. Because she over in the passenger side. Like, she was not finna move. So she was like, "I'm not going over." So then I started laughing. Because, so I started laughing. Because he said, "Nah, because you be moving too slow." But when I want to go, ready to go, I said, "Ooh, perks of being single." Because I love a slide comment. So, he gonna say, you finna drive me to the third. And so he told you, she said, you can leave. And May said, so then she just yelling at me. I said, and I made another comment. I don't remember what it was. And all the next thing I know, she started yelling, get out my car. I said, scared. I said, hold on now, not too much. I said, because I ain't got to get out to myself. Perks of being single my end, now you got to drive yourself home. And I had the dog. So, and she thought that was so funny. He go there. I said, oh, Dad, you think it's funny? He gonna say, huh? I said, I bet. And so the guy on the phone just like, dang, what's going on? I sit back, close the door. I said, Father, take me home. I said, that cock stay here. What my dad did, put that thing in reverse and took me home. I said, perks of being a princess for real, because who you thought this was? Because at the end of the day, that's my daddy, baby. I ain't married. So what you think he gonna do? Take it? My daddy will follow me to the gas station and pump my gas. My daddy follows me home and make sure I get in the house.
Just showing you how a lady is supposed to be.
Exactly. Sweet. So and she be, but now you hear her say this. So we went. Hold on, wait.
First of all, go ahead.
You hear her say, my dad is setting the standard of what a man should be doing, the bare minimum of what a man should be doing, right? So now we was in the kitchen, and my dad said, "Here, baby, put out some money." Here come Rita waltzing up, and my dad said, "This for my baby." She look good, I take it. She mad. To myself, I'm your wife, baby. I'm his daughter. And like he said, he called you honey. I'm baby. Find somebody to play with. Thank you.
You keep on, all of them shut down.
No, it's not.
And I'm trying not to make my sounds, sisters, because all of them be shut down.
In
college, come on, tell them when it got shut down. Come on, when it keep talking.
When I was in college, we know my dad. My dad's crazy. My dad would not allow me to go to school out of state. I got sent to 18 out of 19 college I applied for. And I'm in school, so my dad said he didn't care where I was going to school. He gonna pull that 18 wheeler. He said Mississippi State finna see me coming. This man will pull his truck through the university. So my dad always made a trip through Starkville. I don't know, he chose his own load. He always made a trip through Starkville because I didn't like to come home. I came home from church, that was it. Every week he come through Starkville, he give me a grocery bag full of coins. Because but I always brought my laundry home, so I was just saving up for cash, coins. And then he would give me a come down check. And if you're a truck driver, you know what a come down check is. And it will always either be $25 or $50. It was $25. $50. It was $50 a week. Rita was under the impression, and then when I would come home, before I left to go back to school, he would fill my tank up and put a minimum of $20 in my hand. And then it would be between $20 and $50. So Rita under the impression that she know my dad is gonna make a trip up there a week, but she under the impression that her husband is giving me $100 a month.
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, $100 a month, because she think he gave me $50 every 2 weeks. Lo and behold, that ain't what he was doing. Come to find, I don't know what happened. Me and Daddy got into the car reading when they came up there or something.
No, we was up there about when they keyed your car.
Oh yeah, the folks keyed my car. And Daddy said something, and I was like, "You the one that he told on himself." No,
she asked him for some money. He said, "I just gave you some."
He told on himself. Y'all asked him for some money. He had said, "I just gave you some." She looked, and I'm looking at him. I'm in the back like, fall back, big dog. All you had to do was just give me the money. So he got us in trouble because then she found out that man was giving me $50 a week. So he was giving me $200 a month on come down check. He was giving me cash, and I came home on Sunday and filling my tank, and then the grocery bag full of coins. And she said, "What?" That woman took and paying for me to go to school. That woman took my come down checks. My daddy gave me a stack of keep my car. She cooked my come down check. She took one of his cards from him. I don't know. She mean.
I am not mean.
Whatever.
In order for us to live, somebody gotta have some sense.
Yeah, I was living. You didn't even know.
Whatever. But there's nothing secret that would not.
It wasn't a secret.
Yeah, y'all kept it a secret from me.
No, we didn't.
Yes, you did.
How?
Because you didn't tell me. So
it didn't come up in conversation. When it came up in conversation, you cut it off.
So why you behind him doing this then?
Because I saw your face. Okay. I'm like,
whatever.
See,
whatever.
He got himself in trouble. At the end of the day, long story short, if you have raised your kids well and they're not married, it's your job to take care of them until they are. That's what it ends. Moving on.
No. Once you move out the house, you have decided to get from under our own.
I moved out in 2015.
Okay.
And you still right here.
Doesn't matter. It's not our job to take care of you.
Mom, she delusional. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Singleness. Because in my singleness, my father still shows me how I'm supposed to be treated like the top. In my singleness, my daddy does the things. In my singleness, I fight with my dad like he my man. Because I'm like, Dad, put this together. Or I got to fight you to put something together. Then the first time you act just like your mom. Do it right the first time. That's not the topic of the conversation. We're talking about singleness. You should be working on yourself in your singing season. And also in that too, that's when you should be determining what you want. Mm-hmm. That is the time to be set, especially if you're coming from a bad relationship, a toxic relationship, anything that you feel like you need to heal from. In your single season, instead of dropping from one dude to the next, one fish to another rod, you need to be working on healing yourself, figuring out what your boundaries are. If your boundaries come from a previous relationship, that is fine. Set your boundaries as to what you no longer want to allow. Figuring out your preferences, because everybody said a lot of people don't have preferences, and your preferences don't mean it's a do all end all, for the situation. And figuring out your non-negotiables, and don't let that flow with the wind, like we said in the last episode. Your non-negotiables should be set. It shouldn't determine whether or not And that's what asked me, what we said today. Sister Greta was just like, we were talking about guys, and I was like, y'all know how I feel about guys with kids. And she said, but that's not one of your non-negotiables, it's a preference. And I was like, you got a point.
Single. As for me, I said unto James when he asked me to marry him, you better make sure this is what you want. Because I don't believe in divorce. You marry me, you're stuck with me. But I said that to say that we know that some people do divorce. And on that, if for every reason your spouse chooses not to be with you anymore, there's nothing you can do about it but let go. And work on you. Don't just immediately decide, well, I want to be married, or I want to be in a relationship, or I need to have a husband, or I need to have a wife if it is a male. Work on you. If you are in Christ, you stay in the Word and Lord, what happened? But if you are not, desire Jesus. Let him come in. And people can be going to a building and saying, I got Jesus, but you don't have it. Because if you have the love of Jesus in your heart, there is nothing that all power cannot work out. But it also, if a person don't want to be with you, hey, that ain't on you. And so, single people, I just believe, and I didn't say, I guess, but I know, because I'm on a different journey now than what I was when I was single. The life that I was living is not the life that I have chosen for myself now, which is Christ is first in all things. I'm thankful that we have raised our children, and that's what they think about, Christ. Because Jazz could be out there, like she said, well, just throwing it back in her singleness. Ain't that things you have said? That's your word.
I didn't say throw it back.
What'd you say?
I said I could be outside in my. I said I said I be throwing that thing from left to right. Okay, I ain't say throw it back.
Whatever.
No.
But I'm thankful. Because, and like she say, she spent a lot of time, and I say judging us well, because she watch us. And she, well, thank God I'm single.
Because I had those moments, and I'd be like, or I say either the purpose of being single or the purpose of the married life. Just like when I asked her to ride to the store with me to get groceries. Or I need to go to Walmart for whatever I got to go to Walmart for. Or if she want me to go with her. What I don't like is when she be like, well, you going to drive. And we should be at least at the minimum. Like I had to tell her, I'm not your man.
I'm 55.
Ho, wait a minute.
Why can't you drive?
And I'm finna lay it in for you.
Go ahead.
At the end of the day, I'm not your man. You have, and I thought about that the other night, I was going to tell you. Because I actually go sometimes. I said, Mon's your turn. No, it's not. And so, I come home to my 2 fur babies. That is it. When I have to go to the store and I come home, I don't care what time of the day it is, I got to unload all of my things myself. No. No. I have to unload all of my things myself. If I got to put all of my things up, myself.
I put my things up.
If we go somewhere, I'm going, and she want me to ride with her, that's something I'm going. Then she go get stuff and she said, "Well, Jazz, you drive." If I have to get in my car and go to her, either I trip her to her house to pick her up. So now I done went and picked you up. You came with me to the store. It was your idea to go to the store, and I'm the one driving. You got everything you got. We go back to your house. You make a phone call, and your son and your man come out the house and get your things.
This is true.
And you get out the car and mosey on in the house. I don't care who put it up. I ain't needing no more, so it ain't my job to put it up no more.
Mm-hmm.
I come home, get my things out of my car, and put them up myself.
And mosey in your house.
And mosey on in my house. And then got to put up my things this and the third, right? If we go in her car, like last time she made me drive, still I got to drive all the way back. Then I got to get in my car and drive home. Right? Cool. I don't have a man driving me right. I do all of the driving for myself. You drive what, 2-3 days a week, maybe, and the only place you going to your job
every day. What do you mean 2-3 days a week? I have to go to work every day.
Mom, you live 2 minutes from your house.
But I have to drive
from your job. Doesn't matter. But when your husband is here, who does the driving? Okay.
He does.
Okay, exactly. I don't care where I'm going, what's going on. I'm the only person driving over here. The only, right? That's my saying. So I be telling her like, girl, I'm not your man, cause she think, this is how Rita sits over in the past. See, but give me a phone. This is her playing her game on the passenger side of the car. This is her playing her game on the passenger car. Baby, for all we know, 18 wheeler about hit us in the side. She never saw it. She over there playing on her phone.
Now, may I tell you?
Or on the phone. And no concern to worry. If we're both tired, first thing she holler, either she double nickel, which is 55, or she had 2 hip surgeries she tied.
And I have.
Okay. Ask Rita what she does for a living.
I work.
She tired of sitting down at work. And what I'm doing. Who you think more tired? That's all I'm saying.
So,
either way.
My turn. First of all, she does not have to take her bags out. When my son was here before he moved back, and James would say,
that happened one time.
Yeah, because when you said no, Elder like, well, I'm not gonna make her.
It happened one time.
It doesn't matter, but it was offered. Your dad asked your brother to come over there with you and help. I got it. I don't need no help.
That's not what I said.
What did you say?
Because I had to bring her home and I was irritated. Because I knew I had to get all this stuff, and we took longer than what I wanted to be. Because she decided I know what she wanted to get all her stuff. So then they getting out enough stuff, tell them let the trunk down. Because I got a thing with insects, okay? Leave my stuff on this taking longer, and I had something to do. I was irritated.
What, talk on the phone?
No. This is way before then.
It don't matter.
Anyway.
Because I want to finish. You go ahead, because I got some more things.
If she stop interrupting me. So, I'm just like, okay, I'm finna go to that Thompson. I said no. Don't worry about something. Well, I'm finna. Because here's the thing. It's one thing if you offering yourself to do it. No. He didn't offer he was going to do it. You finna make LJ do it. First of all LJ do, I said he was about to make his son do it. All LJ do is complain about being tired. Why I'm finna, LJ is my brother. If we live together, yeah, get your butt out here and get these groceries. I'm not finna make you drive all the way to my house to take my groceries out of my car. If my dad want it done, he come do it.
Get down.
Don't tell LJ to do it. So, I'm like, nah. And plus, somebody already said, don't worry about it. So, I got it. That happened one time. Now, there's another time we went, but Daddy came over here to get his wife. So, he went on here and got my stuff out the car.
So, you're not giving your dad credit for anything. He didn't have to get your stuff out the car.
No, Dad, when he came to get your stuff, he said, well, baby, I'm going to get it. I said, well, Dad, this all I got to take in the house. That was it. I didn't say he didn't. What I'm saying is, she didn't learn how to do the driving. Because I'm single.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So now, when we're going on all these trips for the nonprofit, when we were going, I had to do the driving.
Why are you driving?
Because you sitting over there on the computer.
Doing what?
It doesn't matter.
What I'm doing on the
computer.
You
said you did all the driving.
Mom, I said here, nothing about the nonprofit.
It doesn't matter. When we're together, you don't do all the driving. That's why when we're here, I tell her to drive. Pause, nothing.
I'm going to tell you how she gets.
Like
the older she gets, the more she becomes a mother. When we had our women's and sisters in Bloom Brunt, she told everybody, Bobby, that's her mother's name. Bobby like to make rules to fit herself. She's a sore loser. We're talking about day-to-day stuff. So, because she know I the one, so she gonna bring up when we go to jail.
No, you said you do. I make you do all the drive. I said, okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. So she be asking me, Mama, come go with me. So I'm going with you on the phone. So like I said, I'm not.
But I told you don't worry about it.
Hold up, but still you called and asked me, and I got up and put my clothes on to go with you. Get down, cocoa butter. But anyway, so I'm like, and I told James the whole while she on the telephone. So what you need me to ride for? Okay, and so
hold on, let me address that story.
No. So then last Sunday? No, through the weekday she called. Must have was Thursday, Wednesday, I don't know. Whatever Wednesday, James got in there. She like, she asked me to come go with her outside in my yard. I'm like, if you're on the phone, I'm not going. Because why you need me to ride with you if you're on the phone yapping the whole while I'm in the car with you? We're not having a conversation.
This is a valid point. As to, like she said, why do I need her? So let's go to the first phone call. Then we're going to get back on topic. Let's go to the first phone call. I called and I've been asking her, it's going to be 3 weeks now, to wash and roll my hair. I want a big roller set. But yet she still has not done. I had my Saturday plan of the things I wanted to get done. So, on that day, a lot of things I wanted to get done, I could not get done because we had rehearsed at what time they want to have rehearsal, all this stuff went on. So then, I need to run to Walmart, and I was like, what you know? She's like, I'm hot. I got on my clothes, I'm tired, da da da. So I was like, because I said, I'm not going to roll your hair right now. I was like, well, can you order tomorrow? So I got to put my clothes back on. I said, whatever. So when I looked at time, I'm on my way to her house. I looked at time, it was like 6, going out to 6 o'clock, and I need to go get my medicine. And crazy. I'm just like, she is lying. You got to not say crazy medicine.
Lies.
What you call it?
Mm-hmm. Don't say it again.
What you call it? What you just did?
Lies.
What you just do?
I say your crazy medicine.
Okay, so was that a loud joke?
It's not a lie. Because if you don't take it, you will be crazy.
No, I will not. And stop telling people that. That is not funny.
See why she act like she is? Mm-hmm.
Because she's crazy. Anyway, she is joking. I don't take no damn crazy pills. Anyway.
I am joking about that.
But when I tell a joke, she's telling me I'm lying. That's why I said it, because I knew how she was going to respond.
Go crazy though.
No, I won't. Anyway.
Out of back is what? Never mind. Keep going with your story.
Anyway. And so, by the time I get in her house, I'm just like, I ain't got time. So I called her to tell her, don't even worry about it. Because at this point, I finna turn around.
After I put my clothes on.
I don't know about her putting clothes on. I pull up to her house, and I'm like, don't even worry about it. Because I was just finna turn around and go back home. I'm tired at this point. I got more stuff to do. And you up to me, I said, don't even worry about doing my hair. She was like, I already got my clothes on now. So I'm like, whatever. So I hung up the phone. The moment I hit end, a phone call come in. I'm like, hello? Oh my God, I thought I was blocked. I called and went straight to voicemail. And I immediately bust out laughing. That time she coming out of her garage. And I'm laughing at this girl, and I told her, I said, well, friend, I'm gonna call you back. I'm finna go into the store with my mom. This girl never got the phone.
Neither did you.
So, but I had already told her I was getting off. We kept talking.
Okay.
So we didn't get off the phone until like 11 something. Then we stayed on the phone for 5 hours. And we finally got off the phone. But I came back, photo post all that. So she gonna call me at 9 something. Was like, I said I called you and told you don't worry about doing my hair. I'm still actually doing my hair. You talking about you tired? Don't worry about it. It's fine. So I got up the next morning. I curled my hair. Last time she said I'm going somewhere.
I know.
I told her,
you called me and asked me. I didn't say I was going somewhere with you.
I did.
Oh, you talking about the conversation I just said? Go ahead.
I called to ask was she going, because I was going to get out the phone. So she gonna say, well, I'm not. And we was in the actually I was in her house almost like 10 minutes because me and him was in a deep conversation. It was juicy. And then she was like, I'm not gonna be on the phone. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and go myself. Because we was talking about some stuff. Anyway, long story short, she asked, what need do you have me to ride to the store with you if you're gonna be on the phone? Asked how many times we'd have been in a car and she on the phone.
How many?
A lot.
And do I get off? Do someone call me?
Yeah. Whether you call them, they call you, I don't care what it is. And I don't say a word. I'll be over there minding my business, playing my game. Then what she do while she in the car either way.
I don't understand about the younger generation. Because I drive my mother, I still drive her.
I drive your mother.
I still drives her. But this younger generation, they just don't want to do.
So we're gonna let this back to the topic.
Go ahead, sing.
Because I am single. So do you understand that I do all of the driving for me? If I got to go somewhere, I drive more than anybody. I willingly drive to take myself out of town for a vacation. Because one of her friends fixed enough to say, well, I would just stay here if I was just, baby, I can't get, in the time I've tried to just sit there in my home and do nothing but phone calls. So I'm going to go somewhere where I don't care if you call me or not. One, I'm not answering. Two, I can't do it for you nowhere because I'm gone.
Can I ask you a question?
Hold on. So now, why do I drive for me? So the question was, because I asked you a question, do you understand that I'm single? I have to do it. If I got to go somewhere, I'm the one got to take me. For my trainings, for everything. It's driving nonstop. It's something I do on a daily basis. You work up the street from your house. You just go sit there. You leave for your lunch break, you leave to go home. You drive yourself to Water Roads. Anything else, Daddy driving. You drive yourself to church on Sunday because Daddy get there 2 hours before you ever think about getting there. So, the question was, you understand, in me being, you get a break from driving.
But do you know why I get a break from driving?
Because you're married.
But when I was single, I did all the driving. Period. You are still single.
Which means I need to be doing driving for you too.
Of course.
Oh.
But it's only if you want to. Because if you don't want to drive for me, God knows I don't want to drive for me. You know.
She don't care if I want to drive now.
Well, I'm just saying, I'm being honest. A person got to want to or don't mind or like. And yes, everybody get tired. But if you are born, everybody going to play the single role. Just like they said when cheering. I want to drive. You let them get those licenses and their parents, whatever it is, go here, go get this, go get that. Then all of a sudden they don't want to drive anymore. You know. But it's just a cycle. I've been single. I've had to do all the driving with my mom. My mom don't like to drive nowhere, but from far as I've ever known my mother to drive is Greenwood. She can drive, but she will not. And I have done it.
Because she drives like a crazy person. Her and my recently deceased
But
papa.
that is fine. The subject is singleness.
And I'm just going to say this because it kind of hit me today. I don't think my parents ready for me to be married. I can tell you in this week that I have been conversing with someone. Rita has been in her feelings. And I find it so very funny.
You just said when you meet Jeffrey.
This is why I find it funny. Because 2 episodes ago, we was talking about me and Jeffrey. I said she going to be in her feelings. And she going to have something smart to say. Because she going to know something out of it. I'm always, because I said me and my man going to talk all the time. Jeffrey going to know everything. She going to be left out. Baby, Jeffrey ain't even here. Jasmine has been conversing with someone. And Rita has been, Rita going to call me. I know you're not on the phone. Because the phone tell you if you're on the phone.
So I say, have you met Jeffrey yet?
And I said, who the heck is Jeffrey?
She had forgot just that quickly, y'all.
But still, that was on the second day that I haven't talked to her when she made a joke. But then, like, one morning I was getting, I'm doing my skincare routine, brush teeth. I let me and her on the phone talking. And lo and behold, my phone ring. And it's him calling me. That is not true. That's not Jeffrey. Okay. It's him calling my phone. And I said, oh, this man called me. Now she said, well, that's too bad you on the phone with me.
Exactly.
Because she didn't talk to me the night before. Actually, the only time she talked to me the day prior was when she was there for her lunch break. And that was about it. And when she came to the building, every time she looked around, she rolled her eyes because she see me right
on the phone. Get off the phone and do your job.
But my job is being done.
Yeah,
so
but there was some things I sent you. You should have you done them yet?
Anyway.
Have you done those things yet?
I'm not your mate. No, I'm just playing. No. So anyway, she talking about a grant. I'm the only one doing a grant right here, so it's irrelevant.
You need to be helped.
So, no. So, now. So, while I'm on the phone with her, this is what I'm saying. It's funny. Because God is a comedian. I don't care what y'all say. Because I found it so funny. She called an attitude saying, I ain't gonna kill her, or I can't wait to get her. But you've had attitude all week. And when that man called my phone that morning, while she used to having her morning talk with me, She get up there telling me, well, too bad you even that phone. So I let it go to voicemail. But what does she go do? Something else we talking about on the podcast while she talking to me. Begins to have a full-fledged conversation with somebody in her office.
You don't do
No. It was all she had to do was say, hey, good morning.
I'm gonna call you back.
No, that's not what happened. We on the phone, and me said it, and she go, we're going to throw a random name. Hey, Sam, good morning. And Sam speaks back, and I'm just like, so I stopped. So, like, I'm not going to roll my eyes when she's speaking. So I continue to, well, you know, I said, and the first thing popped in my head, just talking about this on the podcast. She continues to talk, so after 3 minutes, the iPhone, my other phone, begins to ring.
She gets off the phone, people.
She's still having a conversation with this man in her office.
I'm not rude.
I said, but you started the conversation like you went on the phone with me. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I said, I'm gonna call you back. Hung up. Since you want to have a conversation with a man, I'm gonna go have a conversation with a man. So I said, hello. Here go this man. Why you answer your phone when I called you? I said, first thing I said, wrong one. Tried it. And then we both started laughing. Second thing, I said, my mama and I told him exactly what happened on the phone. So I said, so I didn't answer the first phone, so you called the other. He said, I was trying to figure out why you want to answer the phone.
But you answered, though.
Done me acting crazy.
But you answered, so hey.
I did the second time.
All right.
But I don't think a lot of people understand what it is to be single, how much of a blessing that is. And even still now, like I said, I don't think my parents are ready for me to not be single. They say they are, but they're not, because the access is going to be different. Like I said, everybody, my relationship with my mom and my grandma are probably two of my strongest relationships, even though they get on my last nerve. I talk to them every day. And it's just, as of late, I ain't been talking to my grandma every day, because somebody always calling her phone. Or Nova send you the voicemail because she playing the game on the phone. It annoys everybody. But when Jeffrey comes, that's what that's going to be. And so she get a taste of it, right? She would not.
Oh, well.
Probably is. I don't know. He think he's Jeffrey. He ain't Jeffrey. We don't know. Nobody knows. But just in this stage, it's the closer I get to whenever my date is for marriage. Baby, I'm questioning some things. Because it's just stuff my dad does that I know irritates my mom so. And this stuff my mom does that I know for a fact irritates my daddy so, because it irritates mine. And that's why I realize, it depending on what they're doing, that's why I realize.
It irritate his because it irritates yours. That's the difference between a man and a woman.
I know who I'm more like in a situation by what's going on, how a person is acting. Because me and my dad make the same face by something she doing. Me and her make the same face by something he doing. I know that, right? So it is just some stuff I'm just like, can you deal with that?
Can you?
Like we was at the restaurant and we was talking about doing number 2. And I was like, nah, we doing it. What? I'm just saying, like, I just said how, and I told somebody yesterday, I broke up with a guy because he farted in front of me. He paid gas in front of me. I was done. I said, don't worry about it. We went together. We was dating. I ain't talking to him no more. You can't be that comfortable around me, especially you ain't even my man.
Most of the time, men, I think,
they don't care
than women, because we was married and I'm pregnant. I think for I was just, it's just some things we just don't get used to.
I don't think you can have that much control when you pregnant in, because it just come.
just coming out.
It just come however it come, whenever it come.
Yeah, but I'm like, what you did? I'm like, But as the years pass and progress, oh well.
I used to think when my mom first told me that it was years before she, let me stop talking so country, that it was years before she ever was comfortable enough to walk around naked in front of my dad or pass gas and them two this and that. I was looking at her like, I don't think my mother has ever lied to me until now. because all my life, my mother walked around the house naked. So I'm just like,
I did not.
For as long as I can remember. But mind you, when my mama bought her house, her and my daddy were married. It was just me and my mother. When my daddy drove trucks, it's me, my mama, and my baby brother. But as long as I can remember, this woman walking around the house naked. And her man, I'm like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And in my mind, I'm just like, okay, now she's making up stuff.
Why would I be making up stuff?
Because it didn't make sense to me. Still now. When Rita, y'all see the TikToks that pop up where the folks say, it was this one couple I watched online, He be like, his mama changed clothes so fast like this. The mama, her foot touched the threshold. It was like he never saw guys clothes. She straight into her house clothes, a nigga in her pajama. The mama really come in the house. It was like she was never dressed.
Now
it take longer for her to get dressed than do for her undress. You have found a trail of clothes from the front door to the bedroom.
Please, no. But it in the beginning, yeah, because I was very bashful. And you may not remember because you was a kid. You know, so hey.
And that's something that I have been talking myself through. And when you talking about being like we all idolize or got this idea in our head about marriage. Mm-hmm. And then some I don't think I ever told you. And you got this idea in your head about marriage. Oh, I know how I want my kids to dress and how my marriage is gonna be, the house, this and the third. But the things you don't think about was the things that's kind of terrifying me. Like, who's gonna be that comfortable to be that nigga? And I remember what was it? Who was it? You told me that. Somebody they gonna want to be all up in there, look up in there, smell. I said they ain't going up in.
They are.
My mother traumatized me.
Whatever.
And that's why it behooves me that she would say she was ever shy around my daddy.
I was.
She traumatized me. Like she talking about the man gonna want to look up in there, this and that. Oh, they don't care about that. Who don't care about it? Who?
Your husband.
Well, nowadays, baby, they don't matter if your husband not, they don't care. Because there's some people that just stink
don't,
and they got
still.
kids.
Well, okay, we're not on that subject. We're on singleness.
And in my singleness, the things that people are terrified of marriage, like coming to be one with a person and being all this and that's not what terrified me.
What terrified me?
Them having to do number two around me. In a bathroom that we share. Them passing gas around me. What if that man got ugly feet? His feet can't touch me. We gonna get a divorce.
Well, baby, you better take him. If the feet
him
ugly,
got to see me naked.
If the feet are ugly, take him to the, what is it?
Pedicure.
Yeah, and let them get them feet right for you.
What if, like, I don't wake up ugly. Every now and then I wake up with an eye booger maybe. But, like, do you, like, cause what was it? Was that a show? One wake up, she'll wake up 2 hours for her man get her face done.
Oh,
He
no.
thinks she wake up.
Baby,
I'm not gonna do all that.
No.
You gonna have to see me as I is. No. Take me as I am, okay?
I ain't never saw a lady so beautiful go sleep and wake up beautiful, baby. That I ain't.
And that's what I do. So if you wake up with an eye booger, that's the thing too, baby. But that's what I don't want to deal with. My dad don't care, and I can say this because I live with my father. That had a toast in the morning. Knew what I was trying to say. That the breath in the morning, get up and brush your teeth. Don't roll up
kiss me.
And your breath smell like feet. And everything. And that's the thing too. Like when people wake up to having sex, did you brush your teeth before you at night? You just rolled over. Because I can't do that.
Okay, let's go. That's not singleness. That's marriedness.
This is what we talking about. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm realizing. The close. I feel like I'm 30. Okay. So of course I got to be getting close to getting married somewhere. This is the stuff that's terrifying me.
Well, like I say, you have to tell a person what you like and what you don't like. Baby, before you get in the morning sugar, you got to brush your teeth. My coworker used to say, girl, that didn't bother me. It bothers me. Because I'm not.
Because you can taste when your breath stink.
Exactly.
No, I don't want no stinky tongue in their mouth.
Waking up in the morning and kissing and breath stinking.
I almost threw up a little bit. That's a lot. That's a lot.
But I guess that's just that little deep love, baby. Ain't deep enough for me.
And that's the thing too, like maintenance. Do you reach a certain age where you just stop doing body maintenance?
Oh heck, what?
And your spouse just okay? Y'all just get to a point where y'all just okay.
Baby, I'll never be okay with a stinking man, and I hope he'll never be okay with a stinking woman because it would not be me.
That wasn't what I meant when I said body maintenance. I mean, it's in the realm, but most people clean it. That's not true. Most people don't clean their body. But I'm saying, like, with the waxing and all of the things, keeping your hair up, like she don't. But a lot of people, like, even with waxing your legs and stuff like that, ain't just down there. It's the legs and all of stuff too.
I
Like,
don't do my legs either. Look, I don't have hair on my legs.
Well, I didn't have hair on my legs
till you started.
Because
my little friend girl. And then
in junior high. And then 3 years later, I got a straight.
Junior high, you was in the middle school.
That's junior high, baby.
Oh, my bad.
She been drinking.
I'm tired.
I'm just playing. But like, Like, does the maintenance, do you reach to a certain point in it?
I think they do, those who do that. If you don't ever start it, you don't have to worry
But
about
I ain't just saying don't start now, you can't keep up.
Correct. But when you get a certain age, I don't know. Because I didn't do that. Now, I shave my armpits. But I've never had to shave my legs.
Okay, furthermore with the maintenance, not even just the bodily maintenance. Like the house, you know, when dudes decide like you like to tidy up for a dude come over. When you married, they gonna see the real you, so you're not clean.
Yeah.
Who? I don't let nobody come to my house.
Come out before then anyway.
You don't come to my house.
Because if they coming over to see, baby, they gonna see.
But anytime I've had a guy come to my house and I was like, don't send him about my house like, like, what about your house you think not clean? Which make me think it's some nasty people in here. Because to me, when I say my house is not clean, it's because my mother taught me, if you have dishes in your sink, I don't care if they're washed or not. If they are clean dishes in your sink, your kitchen is not clean. You're supposed to put your dishes up after you wash them. Okay? That's number one. My dad said, you see the trash, take it out. And this before I got a 6-year age gap on yesterday, so it was my job for it was healed. I ain't like that. But it's certain for me, if I got dishes sitting in my drying rack, okay, my house not clean. And my dog shed, so I have to sweep my floor every 2 to 3 days, and that's something that is annoying to me. And you know when I'm tired, when it's been 4 or 5 days and I haven't swept the floor, so now when I'm sweeping, it's like I got puppies running around here. That's how much my goddamn dog sheds. It annoys me.
No copy.
For real. So if I tell like in me being single, that's something too I want to progress to the group. While you're single, learn how to date. Because a lot of y'all don't know. My dad taught me how to date. A lot of y'all know how to date. You don't just, this man found for the jump to a relationship with him. You don't even know nothing about that man.
Get to know them.
You don't know anything. And then all of a sudden you talking about the relationship toxic. You didn't know him. You done said something he slapped upside your head. You should have saw how it was. And that's something Johnny told me. He said, well, yeah. He said, because I want to see how you act in a certain situation. Me too. Because that's some things you need to know from people. How do you act? How are you when you get mad? How do you handle your finances? Talk to people. People need to learn how to date.
True.
And in this time, too, which is something I wanted to say earlier before Rita went on her whole rant about the driving thing, or trying to prove me wrong, whatever the case is. In this journey of singleness, some people say they don't find their purpose until they get married.
Their purpose?
Their purpose in life until they're married.
Wow.
Some people say their entire purpose in life is to be married, to be a housewife, a stay-at-home wife,
so
or a
you
stay-at-home
made that
dad.
man your God then?
Oh, I ain't never thought about that like that.
Let me stop using my words.
It said sound effects,
okay.
not words. That's why I'm laughing, because you thought you had did. Okay. Girl, bye. Oh, she gonna talk about you. No, but you can say that in a minute though. Mm-hmm. But I ain't never thought about it. That's a good point. But like they say, their purpose is to be a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home wife. You be so much miserable. Girl, you better get it. Or for the men. But in this, I realized, and that's something I guess I started telling myself, maybe I'm not married yet because there are still things that God wants me to achieve. But it was always, okay, well, I'm not there yet because it's stuff I still got to work on. However, maybe I'm not there yet because stuff I still need to achieve. All of my degrees are in my father's name. Right now, I'm starting my PhD program. And even if I'm married before I finish it, that degree is going to say Jasmine Sade Styles across it. Even though Jasmine Styles is the one that's paying for it. Hint, hint.
No hint, hint over here.
Because here's the thing about that. And this is why I say this. All of the things I have accomplished in my 30 years of living was the name James Styles. And my dad, coming from where he came from, my dad told me him and his mom was a black sheep. They told me we're going to never be none in life. And I remember sitting in the house, my dad started crying and saying, you know, would he make his life out to me? And I tell people all the time, my dad is a walking story for real. Coming from nothing to where he is now. All that he had people told my dad he won't get up to my mom. And my dad told me what I've made his name into. Then I have to remind him of what I've made his name into. I said, sir, People for Sunflower County don't even know you, they know me.
And that's not true, people.
Well, he walked in the store and he had on a shirt. He had on my name card shirt to my vote Jasmine Styles for mayor. And the lady said, that must be my cousin. I got some people over there in Wheeling. Land that style. That's my cousin. And so he was like, that's my daughter. He done found a cousin. Cause of me. They know me.
They knew each other. But she just had not seen him in so long.
He done found a cousin.
She didn't know who he was. My cousin ain't I'm Junior. What? Okay.
Country. But it's just, that's the realization I've been having like the last few years. Maybe there are things, there are things that I still need to work on, and things that God has for me to accomplish. Whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, whatever. And I'm working on those things, which is now in the last, since my brother died, that ain't even been my focus no more. I've been in a real space. And now people look at me like I'm crazy, like, oh, well. And now I just joke about the whole, oh, yeah, my husband, well, I'm not going to get with him. People get mad about that. I don't care what I say is a problem. At first, I said too much. I want kids. I want to be married. I want to be married. Now, I just like, I don't care. Or I'm not interested as far as they from me. That's a problem. More of that story, shit up. Keep it to yourself. Suffer in silence. Who knows? Do you remember being single? No.
Yeah. I can't remember being single.
Well, Mom, were you ever, like, I can't wait till you get married?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I was.
Never knew that.
I had everything written out. My children's name.
Did you name your kids the names you wrote out?
Yeah. Your middle name is a name, I said.
I was named after a singer.
You were not.
Oh, yeah, I said the woman name was...
That's what Sharon said.
Oh.
But then she realized that wasn't me. That was the other Sharon that had her on her car, and I told her that wasn't me. But, you know...
Because the names don't even sound similar to me.
Yeah, but no. Your name is what I had. But that's it. You know, I wrote the names, the marriage, the people, you know, the people in the wedding, all that. Yes.
Did your people in your wedding change? Like from what you wrote down to who was actually in the wedding?
Yeah, 2 people were not here. 2 of my friends.
Mine have changed drastically from the first time.
Well, it happens, you know.
The first time I wrote it down.
Yes, I wanted to be married, and I said I couldn't wait to get married. And it happened. So, it's that. I do remember being single. It was different for me than it was for you. I had a child and I was single. You don't have a kid.
Prior to you having a child, you were single.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So by me having a child and single, so yes, I wanted my husband to come along so we can be a family and do this thing. So there's another nice part about you. You are single, but you do not have any kids. So
any kids I can't leave alone at the house. Because I got 2 fur babies.
You do not have any human
babies,
children by a man. So, hey, it just pays.
So, in your single season, work on you. Work on yourself spiritually, mentally, emotionally, financially. You need to. And follow the path that God has for you. If you don't know what that path is, get in your word. And start praying. Because God reveals things all the time. You ain't got to be a prophet to hear from God. I'm leaving for some more.
Please. You have to be a follower.
Of Christ.
Child of God.
Because God talked to everybody. In the words of a good family friend. What God gonna tell you about me that he couldn't tell me myself? Okay. All right. And on that note, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode of Man's Glory Podcast, where we keep it real biblical.